Alright guys, I just got an awesome idea. One thing I was trying to incorporate in this build, I know it's very much like a Zakk Wylde guitar, especially with the new paint job and look and stuff and in the pickups. But what I'm thinking about doing differently here is EMG does two different options: master tone, master volume, and dual tone, dual volume for a Les Paul. I am thinking about just going with the master tone, master volume diagram, and that frees up two holes right here. And I don't necessarily need two, but I'm thinking one of them would be cool to put a kill switch in. And if we're going to put one kill switch in, then we're going to have an open hole. Why not put two kill switches in? I think you're witnessing history in the making. The world's first dual kill switch shred Les Paul style guitar. They gave us, of course, new hardware for these pickups. Thank goodness, because it seems like I never have two pickups that are the same thread. All right, we got the big fat pick guard back here for the bridge pickup. This is, oh, that was almost a disaster. We need the 85 back here in the bridge position. Should have painted these black, probably will, but in the interest of getting the video done and the fact that I can't wait to play this thing, we're just going to leave them the really ugly off-white. Alright. So we got it in there. That's what it's going to look like. Pretty awesome so far. Maybe I will leave them the off-white. It's kind of cool. Matches the neck binding, which is way off-white compared to the rest of the guitar. Alright, the bridge pickup, the EMG 81. I almost did this backwards. I'm pretty sure Google told me the 85 goes in the bridge, but everywhere else definitely says the 81 is the bridge pickup, and the 85 will go in the neck. So we, I guess, should put the neck one in first because it's going to be hard to fish it through blind. When you're looking at these guys, it took me a long time to find this before I did absolutely find it right in the diagram. When you're putting these on, the red goes to the left. Maybe. Did I break it? There we go. Alright. Neck pickup. Goes through there. We probably could have got it through anyway. Amazing. Yep, got our wires back here. Now we shove the bridge pickup through. And I talked earlier about the ground wire for all of the electronics in the guitar, and the EMG pickups do not require a string ground. So I will definitely leave that wire in place because if you ever switch back to passives for any reason, you'll want to definitely ground them. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and get these screwed in, then I'll flip it over, and I'll see you guys then when we smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Alright, guys and dolls, we have our, let's see, our bridge pickup running through here. I wrapped a piece of blue tape around that because I kept getting it confused with the neck pickup, which is there, without blue tape. We've got our wires from our output jack. We've got our battery terminals, let's call them. We've got our little module down here that comes with the EMG kit. Hopefully that's good and in focus for you. Let's see, what else do we have? We have 3 random jumper cables, just connector cables we'll call them. And for our purposes, we are just doing a single tone and a single volume. Awesome. Let's see. Got our tone control and our volume control, both right there. Those are the two we're going to be using. The kit actually came with 2 of each of these, so bonus. I don't know what you could ever use these for. If you could at all, I assume that you could use these as regular pots probably as well. Alright, first we are going to hook up the bridge pickup. Pull this out of here. This little module says bridge in right here. And it even says B&W for black and white. As you can see, these are black and white. That plugs in there. This is power. That goes over to our power bus over here. And then we've got neck in, black and white again. Then the power over to the power bus. Now our pickups are both plugged into our module. All right. Now, on this here diagram, let's see, our battery cable also plugs into the red from the battery cable, also plugs in here on this positive bus, just like that. So now we got both ends of our battery terminal hooked up. Let's see, the output, the wires that go to the output jack, the output wires, they come off of the tone, knob. So here's our tone. The bottom 2 terminals go to the output jack. All right, so our tone cable, that guy, is going to end up going in there. I'm going to have to put some nuts on the shaft so it won't stick an inch out of the top of the guitar. I don't understand. I guess American Les Pauls have a lot thicker of a top there, so you got to have the long pots. All right. Next, from the other side of this tone pot, we got one of these jumpers here. Same on both ends. Also on this tone pot, I did not pay attention, and I had that hooked up backwards, the output. It says ground, GND. That's the black one, the black wire, so make sure you get that on there right. And then from this tone pot, we go out to the volume pot. So, again, we show ground wire there. We know that's our black wire. That's there. All right, now on the volume pot, here's our volume pot. We're going to come in, let's see, the center 2, because there's a total of 6 pins, the center 2 are the ones that go over to the tone jack. Now, these 2 go into the out jack on the module. So we come here, again, these are marked underneath. These are marked underneath the pins. It's kind of hard to see, but it actually says GND and IO. So again, GND, we're going black on that. This one's marked black and white, so you can't screw that up unless you confuse black and white wires. Alright, so now I think, alright, there's volume that goes in there. Right. These 3 wires coming from the selector switch, these are all, let's see, these are all kind of like double cables. I believe they've got a ground. Yeah, they've all got a ground, and they've all got their hot. So, these grounds will all go together from these three. Actually, just use the ground from one of these, because all three of these grounds are connected up at the switch. So you can just ignore these grounds for all intents and purposes. Let me get these stripped, and then I will get the module back out, and I'll show you how to hook all of it up to the module. Okay, we've got our wires all stripped here. Let's see. Our hot wire from the bridge, or our out wire. Let's see. Out, that goes. That's the gray wire, the little, actually white wire that's inside of the gray wire. Goes to the O here on this terminal block. Get your little Phillips screwdriver. Tighten that down. Since we're right here next to the ground, since we're right next door to the ground terminals here with the out wire, we're just going to use, like I said, all three of these wires that run up to the selector switch have a ground wire in them, but they are all connected at the selector switch, so there's no reason to hook up more than one of them to this guy. So there is our out wire. Now the green wire, see, here's the hot from green. We'll get rid of that ground wire that was with it, because we do not need it. But we do know that this green wire comes from the neck pickup selection. So that will go in the NK terminal here on this terminal block. Alright, our neck one's hooked up. Next we have got the bridge selection. Get rid of the ground portion of this. Then we have got the hot from the bridge. Goes in here. And our wires are hooked up. I think everything is hooked up now that we need. So alright. Put that down in there. Alright, we definitely need some spacing going on for these guys. Definitely don't need all of the shaft length. Let's put that through. See how that looks. So I'm about at this level right here of spacing to have this not sticking so far out of the top. Push this one through. Okay, right now I have installed the Rock and Roll Mods patented double kill switch. It's a YouTube patent. That'll hold up in a court of law. Alright, we've got these in the back. Let's see. Let's flip her over here. And here are the wires. This goes in series. We're going to have to take this wire back out of the wire that comes back from the switch that goes into the out section here. We are going to pull that out and run that in line, run our switch in line with that circuit. So that's going to be a matter of taking this wire loose. We will solder it together with this one. Then this one will come into the out terminal over here. Alright. So we are going to solder these two wires together. Give them a little twist. Put your soldering iron under it. Keep your soldering iron tinned, meaning keep some melted solder on it. That will allow your soldering iron to transfer the heat better to your wires. All right, connection number 1 is done. Now connection number 2. So that is it for the soldering. Connection to the other side will go in here to the out terminal on this terminal block. I'm sorry if I'm mumbling. And boom, we have got double kill switches on our Zakk Wylde EMG shred pawl. And I believe that's everything. We're going to have to get a battery, some sort of something to hold our battery in place. Alright guys, I don't even know what video we're on at this point, but I know we're getting up there. We have got the electronics all done. I think the only thing left to do is to put the bridge, tailpiece, and strings and tune her up. So we're going to go ahead and do that.